A very good morning to all my dear lovely students. I hope you all are doing well at your home. So my dear students, as we are continuing our module 5, so can you remember what we have done in our last class? We have already started describing words, right? And we have learned what are describing words. So can anyone tell me what are describing words? Describing words are the words that help us to describe a noun or a pronoun. Am I right? And also it helps us to give more information or add information about a noun or a pronoun. Am I right? So my dear students, moving towards today's class. So what we are going to do today? We are going to do the textual exercises that are in our topic, the describing words. So let's start it. So my dear students, coming to exercises, please turn to page number 51. So in here we have draw pictures using the labels. Okay, so in here already boxes are made, and also below that each box labels are given, right? So what you have to do, you have to see the label and you have to draw accordingly, right? So the first one is yellow sun. Okay, so you have to draw it a yellow sun in the space provided. Coming to the second one, it's 3 bananas. The third one is a small house. Fourth, sad boy. Fifth, big house. Sixth, red ball. Got it? So what you have to do? You have to draw it very beautifully. Okay. And my dear students, what you have to do? You have to use colors for this too. Do this at your home. Coming to the next exercise is exercise 3.2. Underline the naming words, then draw a star on top of each describing words in these sentences. Okay, so what we have to do? We have to underline the naming words, and then on top of that we have to make a star on the describing words. So what are naming words? Naming words are the name of a person, place, animal or a thing, right? Again, coming to describing words are used to describe a noun or a pronoun. Fine, so let's check which are the nouns here and which are the adjectives. Fine. So my dear students, the first one is a sweet apple. Sorry, the sweet apples are on the floor. So which is the noun here? Who can tell me? So I can see here two nouns, apples and floor, right? Coming to the adjective, so in here the noun apple is described as sweet, right? So in here sweet is the describing word. Coming to number 2, the fluffy kitten is sleeping. So who can tell me which is the noun here? The kitten, right? And what is being described here? It's described about the kitten that it's very fluffy, right? So fluffy is the describing word. It's an adjective. Coming to the third one, she has long hair. So in here, which is the noun? Hair is the noun. Yeah, and it has been described that it's very long. It's not short. Got it? So my dear students, describing words help us to describe a noun. Okay. It may happen that in a sentence there are many nouns. Okay. So, but you have to find out that which noun has been described in the sentence. It's not that whatever you see before a noun is an adjective or a describing word. Okay, you have to see that whether the noun has been described in that sentence or not. Got it? Okay, moving to number 4 now. So number 4 sentence is there are 5 birds in the sky. So let's check how many nouns are there in there and which is the adjective or the describing word. Coming to number 4th sentence, my dear students, please check out. In here, the nouns are birds and sky. So just now I told that it doesn't matter how many nouns are there in the sentence, okay, in a single sentence, but you have to see that which noun has been described. Like in here there are two nouns like birds and sky, right? But in here birds are described. That how many are they? They are 5. Yes, they are 5. So in here 5 is the adjective or describing word. Coming to the fifth sentence, my dear students, the grass is tall, right? So which is the noun here? The grass. Okay, we are talking about the grass, that it is very tall. So tall is the describing word, or you can say adjective, right? Coming to the last sentence, this flag has 3 colors. Now again in here we have 2 nouns, flag and colors, but you have to see that which noun has been described. Again in here we are describing about the colors, that how many types of colors are there in the flag? There are 3 colors. Got it? So my dear students, you need to see that which noun has to be or has been described in a sentence. Got it? So what are describing words? Describing words are the words that describes a noun or a pronoun. It also adds more meaning or give information about the noun or a pronoun. Got it? Okay, moving to exercise 3.3. In here we have complete the following paragraph with describing words of your choice. So what you have to do in here, you have to complete it, the paragraph, with your own choice of describing word. I'm just giving my word, so please listen to it. If you want to change, you can change it. Okay, so first let us read the paragraph. I like eating dash ice cream in summer. So I've written here, I like eating sweet ice cream in summer. I had dash ice cream cones once. I had 7 ice cream cones once. In winters, I drink dash tea or milk. In winters, I drink hot tea or milk. I wear a dash sweater too. I wear a fluffy sweater too. F-L-U-F-F-Y. Fluffy sweater too. When it rains, I use a dash umbrella. When it rains, I use a big umbrella. I also wear a dash raincoat. I also wear a yellow raincoat. Okay, so my dear students, you can describe it by yourself. You can put your own describing words. In place of 7, you can add 10. Okay, in place of yellow, you can add any colors. Got it? So my dear students, that I have given here my words, my choice of words. Okay, so what you can do, please add your own words. Got it? Okay, coming to exercise 3.4. So what we have here, draw or paste a picture of yourself in the box given below. So what you have to do, you have to draw or paste a picture of yourself. Okay, and then you have to add the details in the space provided. Now fill in the blanks with the words that describes you. Add a full stop when you complete a sentence. We have already done punctuation, right? We already know that a sentence or a letter always starts with a capital letter and it ends always with a full stop until and unless the sentence is a question sentence, right? If the sentence is a question sentence, what we do? We put there a question mark. Got it? So let's see what the sentences are. I am dash years old. I have dash hair. My eyes are dash. My clothes are dash in color. My voice is dash. My handwriting is dash. So what you have to do, my dear students, you have to fill the gaps. First you need to paste or you can draw your own picture and you describe yourself. Got it? So it's your homework. You will be doing that at your home. Moving to now jumbled sentences. So in here we have jumbled sentences, right? So how can you do that? We have all done jumbled sentences previous. Yes. So what we are going to do now? We'll just check what are the sentences. Okay, as we have already done it, I hope you know what are the jumbled sentences or words or letters, right? Let's see exercise 4.1. The words in this given sentences are mixed up. Put the words in the correct order and rewrite each sentence. Remember that each sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. One is done for you. So already one question is done for us for a half. Cat mat the sat the on. So the correct answer is the cat sat on the mat. Right? So we will be doing the second, third, fourth on the board. Okay, please check out. My dear students, I'll be just writing the answers. Okay, so what you have to do, all the workbook questions, you have to do it in workbook. Okay, you don't have to write down that in separate copy as I have mentioned earlier. Right, so moving to number 2 now. Have dressed new I. So what will be the correct sentence? I have a new dress. Number 2 answer. I have a new dress. A sentence has to give a complete meaning, right? When the sentences were in jumbled, where they are jumbled, what had happened? We didn't know what the speaker is trying to say, right? So when we just unscramble the sentences, we came to know the real meaning of it. It says that I have a new dress. Got it? Okay, moving to number 3. So in here, the words are jumbled like going Tina to is school. Right? Suppose if I say all these sentences, will you understand what ma'am is trying to say? No. Right? A person has to speak clearly. He has to give a clear meaning of what he or she is telling or conveying. Right? So let's check out what is the correct answer. Tina is going to school. Tina is going to school. So have you checked? I have started with capital letter and I have ended the sentence with a full stop. Okay. Moving to number 4 now. To and beach going I the. So what will be the correct answer? I am going to the beach. Yes? I am going to the beach. Going to the beach. Got it? Coming to number 5. The sentence is leaves my uncle Deoli in. Okay, so what will be the correct answer? My uncle lives in Deoli. Got it? Yes? So my dear students, we have also learned how to unscramble the sentences. We have already done with the words, right? So my dear students, we learned that we need to speak or we need to give any message or when we want to convey anything, we need to be very clear with our words, okay? And we need to give a complete sense. Only then the person who is listening to us can understand, right? Okay, so my dear students, there is one more exercise, that is stretch a sentence, that we will do in our live class. Okay, it's very interesting, so I want you all to stress the sentences for me rather than me giving you all. Got it? So my dear students, that's all for today. What we have learned? We have learned that describing words are the words that describes a noun or a pronoun. It helps us to know more details. It gives more information about the noun or a pronoun, right? And also we have again revised about the punctuations, right? That any sentence on any letter that we start at the beginning, it begins with a capital letter and it ends with a full stop until and unless it is a question sentence, right? And whenever we have to convey something or whenever we have to say something, it has to be in a complete sense of meaning. Yeah, we have to give a complete meaning to that, and then we need to speak. If we just jumble the words and we try to speak something, the listener will never understand what we are trying to say, right? So my dear students, it's a wrap for today. We are going to meet again in our next class. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.